Salute, salute, salute. Wow, what's happening, man? What it is, what it do. Nocturnal thoughts with a real quick video, then I'm gonna get out the way. So, I'm gonna kind of go on another path. I was gonna talk about um, Errol Spence and the weight I felt like he should be walking around at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna elaborate on that later on in another video. But today, I was going to go pick up my daughter from school, and I got a little phone call from the school. My wife got a phone call from the school, and my wife calling me, and she talking about it's a lockdown at the school. I don't know all the details, but some kids running through the neighborhood getting chased by some other kids, and somebody had a gun on them, and you know, take protocol and precaution, lock the school down. Didn't turn out to be a big situation, a big story. You know what I'm saying? Even though we all know how that can go in another direction, right? So I was thinking what I wanted to talk about, because I wasn't going to talk about Big Baby Anderson and his little situation he got into where he got pulled over for speeding. I think he was speeding 55 in the 40. And then, he had a aroma of weed on him, and he had a little bottle of Patron on him. And then they opened up his glove compartment and found a little concealed carry pistol or whatever. And I wasn't gonna talk about that, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt like every time something happened to one of these athletes, they try to crucify him or make it worse than what it is, or it's like, first of all, to me, it's like self-sabotaging and career suicide type of thing, where I feel like you just fear the success of it all. There's a lot of, I watched a video before with Big Baby Anderson, and he was having a moment with Roy Jones Jr., and he was talking about the pressures and the stress of him being successful and how much he had to carry on his shoulder trying to, be the guy in his family to basically be the patriarch, and everybody depended on him to be successful. So it just seemed like to me, you young, you want to be like everybody else and do what everybody else do. You don't want to have so much responsibility on you to be the breadwinner and be so successful and be, put up where you're supposed to be. Like, I just feel like people, like, they don't know what their worth and their value is sometimes. And then when they start recognizing it, it can scare them. So they start to self-sabotage. I feel like most people do that in their life anyway, where you feel like you ain't deserving of something that you have that's a blessing. So you try to find a way to mess it up. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be just every little thing. It's just hard when you don't feel like you don't understand what you do deserve and what you do are worthy of, or what you should be appreciative of, and you just in your mind you find a way to fuck it up just because you don't understand that you actually deserve more, you actually worth more. Like, I could care less if Big Baby Anderson stays successful in boxing, but know what your worth is. Know yourself, know thyself, and to thy own self be true. Maybe you don't want to be a boxer. Maybe you want to go open up a donut shop or a flower shop, or maybe you just want to get a regular job and be a regular schmegular, average Joe Blow, working a 9 to 5. Or maybe you want to go do something else. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool, man. I feel like you got to do what you want to do and follow your heart. But at the same time, first of all, if you are blessed to be able to have a career, making a lot of money, doing something that you love to do, then you should always pursue that. You know what I'm saying? But you genetically blessed to be a fighter, right? Maybe you don't want everything that come with it. But my point is this. Ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed, but everything should be in moderation. And if you're a professional athlete, you should be very regimented. Like, you should be very, very, very calculated with how responsible you're gonna be with smoking weed. Because I feel like smoking weed can relax you. It can keep your mind from, you know what I'm saying, focusing too much on negative things. But at the same time, it can dull your senses. It can slow you down. It can make you overthink. And if you start letting it get out of control to where you got to smoke every single day because your body built up so much of a tolerance, you know what I'm saying? So if you start smoking too much and you are a professional fighter, I don't think that, it's just, to me, it contradicts the goal, the discipline, and the mind state you have to stay in when you want to stay sharp. You want your body to always know what it's like to be on a natural high. You know what I'm saying? So smoking weed ain't nothing wrong with it, but do it smart if you're a professional athlete. And if you're a professional boxer, I wouldn't smoke weed at all if I was a professional boxer. But if I did it, it'd be very, very, very regimented. Like, it'd be like one day out the week, only a little bit, only on an off day, only when I can completely clear my schedule, and only when I know I can completely get everything out of my system to when I get back on my game, I'm 100% focused and ready to go. Nothing lingering inside my body that might make my mind think a little bit slower. Ain't nothing wrong with carrying a pistol for protection if you're smart about it. You know what I'm saying? And you do it the right way, and you're responsible, and you know it's just a tool that can protect you or save people's lives. But if you got a gun on some trying to be cool shit, trying to be street shit, trying to be thug shit, trying to be gangster shit, there ain't nothing cool about it. That's the lamest thing in the world. A kid can pull a trigger and kill a person. A grandma, an old lady can pull a trigger and kill a person. It ain't nothing gangster. It ain't nothing cool about having a pistol. We all have been young and dumb and done dumb shit. But when you grow up and you look at how life really is, you'll realize that that shit is not cool. So if you're doing this shit, riding around with a pistol, trying to be cool, going up to schools and shooting up at schools and shoot, that shit lame as hell. I lose all respect for you if you can't understand to mature and grow up and understand that having a gun is just a responsibility that should be used for self-defense and to help save lives. That's it. If you use it for going to target practice and you want to shoot and work on your aim and things like that, I respect it. But if you just got it to be showing off and they thinking that it's something cool to do, it's lame. Having some Patron. Now, actually, as a professional boxer, the last thing I would be doing is drinking alcohol. You know what I'm saying? I can drink here and there, especially like this time of the year during the holidays. I probably drink a little bit more than I would, but for the rest of the year, I don't think about drinking. Don't bother me. And I feel like as an athlete, if you're gonna be a professional athlete and a professional boxer, the last thing I would do would be to put liquid alcohol into my body that can cause damage. That at the end of the day, we don't know how long the effects stay with you. You don't know, because everybody's different anyway. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be able to drink like a fish and still be cool. Some people might only be able to drink a little bit and can tear their whole insides out. I just know that for my family, my people, kryptonite is in the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like, drinking is like kryptonite to my genetics. I done seen people in my family with superior genetics let what's inside a bottle destroy them from the inside out and take away all of their health. You know what I'm saying? So to me, alcohol is just kryptonite for somebody that's trying to be Superman. I wouldn't recommend that for a professional boxer. I don't care who it is. My favorite boxer, Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying? That's why I thought when he got into the accident, it was the best thing that could happen for him if he was to reverse it and start cleaning up his life and understanding that you can't be playing around. This ain't no game. You know what I'm saying? Life really ain't no game. At the end of the day, people want to play it like it's a game, but it's not. And the alcohol thing, riding around with Patron, riding around with a little bit of weed, and you speeding, and you got a pistol in the glove compartment. That's 4 things. They always say, you know what I'm saying, when you're young, gifted, and black, you're already born with 2 strikes. So you riding around in 4 violations off the rip, damn near 5 violations off the rip. It's just not smart. And it kind of make me question like where these young guys' head is at. Because I know the game didn't change, and I'm getting old, man. 44 years old, might as well say. I'll be 44 right around the corner, so I'm saying 44 now, just prepare myself for it. But I remember being 20s, and that shit go by quick. It just do. You can't even explain it enough. Like if right now I'm 40, 44, and I'm talking to somebody that's 60 something, and they talking about, man, you gonna understand how fast you're gonna be 60. I can act like I know, but I don't know. I don't know. This shit just go by quick. So if you in your 20s or 30s and I'm sitting there 40s trying to tell you how fast this shit go by, and you like, I know, you don't fucking know. This shit go by quick, so you better stop fucking playing around with time and with your life. So to a big baby, real big baby, Anderson, it disappoints me. Like Keyshawn Davis little situation happened, I didn't want to talk about that because it just disappoints me. Even though I was young and did dumb shit, and I'm grown and still do dumb shit every once in a while because we human, we flaw, we make mistakes. I don't want to judge nobody. I don't want to crucify nobody. I want to act like I'm better than nobody and wave my finger or put my nose up and snub people and say, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. Like, you got to learn from your mistakes and you got to, you know what I'm saying, live your life. But when we talking about boxing and we talking about young black people being successful, it's just so many fucking traps already set for you to fall into. It's just so many fucking traps in life for young black men, period. For people on earth, period. For all races, for all people, life is already just so rigged up anyway for you to not be successful. But for young black men that I can speak to directly, because that's what I am and that's what I identify with more. I feel like that's what's going to identify more with me more. I know more of the pitfalls because I at least survived them. I got around them, I got over them, I got through them, but I survived so many the pitfalls that I know exist. I hate to see young people walk right into the damn same traps that's just right there in front of their face, and they think it's cool to walk into the damn traps. They glorify it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you love to play this Russian roulette with your life or with your career, and it's just bullshit. And you get my age, you get tired of seeing that shit playing on repeat. You get tired of you like, you don't want to, when you look at yourself when you're in your 20s, it's like you can reminisce on certain things and be like, I don't even want to glorify that moment, even though I reminisce and say those were some good times when you're young, you friends, you kicking it, hanging out, doing dumb shit. But at the same time, you always want to be like Shawshank Redemption with Morgan Freeman. When you old, you wish you can go back to that young person and kick him in the ass and just be like, wisen up and do this differently and do that differently. You dig what I'm saying? So when you can't do that, it's impossible for you to do that with yourself. But you see other young people going in the dumbest directions, you just wish you could just talk to them and just be like, man, don't go that way. That shit is not cool. I see some people on YouTube or on social media doing some cool ass shit. Like, this is one dude, Hood Fishing Entertainment. Go check this dude out. He don't need my fucking vouch. He do the coolest shit, and all he do is go fishing. He show you little videos of him catching fish, and he catch all kind of fish. And that's the coolest shit in the world to do. Going out there just fucking grabbing fucking all kind of fish about the ocean, sharks and shit. Do something cool with your life. Don't follow the crowd thinking you gotta do what everybody else do to think it's fucking, you know what I'm saying, on some gangster shit. Like, that shit is lame, it's played, it's old fashioned. It ain't really cool at all to be in that mind frame. It's cool to blaze your own trail. It's cool to read books. It's cool to, you know what I'm saying, be with one woman and have a family and raise your kids. And it's cool to follow your dreams and not sabotage your career. It's cool to protect kids around you, not to be up at schools with fucking pistols playing around like you in a fucking this made up war, this made up street shit, this imaginary war that really don't exist. You just at war with yourself. Wrap this video up. It's Nocturnal Thoughts. Salute, salute, salute. If you're new to the video, new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe up. My next video, I'm gonna talk about and break down why I think Errol Spence should stay at like 175 to go down to the 154, And then I'm going to talk about some of the things I see that Regis Prograis should do and work on preparing for Devin Haney, and some of the things I think Devin Haney should be doing to prepare for Regis Prograis. And then I also want to talk about Demetrius Andrade versus David Benavidez and get it back to just talking about some boxing. Bow.